What's going on, Backyard Brewz? I'm Eric Luminarius. Today's special guest is a poet and spoken word artist. Please welcome from Los Angeles, Alex Liu. Yeah.
Good, y'all.
Good boy.
Oh, snap. I get it.
How you doing?
Round of applause. This is dope.
That's
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on the show.
Welcome. Have you checked out the show before? Is this your first time experiencing the whole Backyard Brewz thing?
I mean, I've seen some of y'all clips on
Cool.
YouTube. It's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
I'm glad to be here, man. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thanks for coming out all that way. Yeah, before we get started, we'll go ahead and set you up with your flight.
Okay.
This season, you can go ahead and pick out your beers that you want for that flight. So yeah, if you want to turn around, refer to our Brewz board over here.
See here.
What are you feeling?
Cool, man. You know, I'm gonna aim for like the big numbers here, all right? So
Okay.
hit me with that citrus sours.
All right, yeah, Noble.
All right. Hit me with that tropical meat over there.
Okay, bottom right, that's
I
nice.
peeped
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Mischief. We'll get a little naughty over here.
Award winner, dude.
Was that
Wanna go a little lighter?
Palomino?
Palomino, that
Yeah,
right
I'll
there,
get
top left.
Palomino.
There we go. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Noble Bootleggers Brewery and Honest Abe. Awesome. So without further ado, let's get it poured for you. Are we gonna do the thing, the snap thing? Might as well. Bang! Nobody move. And we're good. There you go.
Oh,
I said
shit,
bang
whoa!
already. It's crazy, right?
Yo.
I got good at that. I got good at that. Let me pour it up for you, man. So on the very left of the citrus showers by Noble.
Okay, so we're gonna try
Over
this.
here we cheers top, bottom, mid. So top,
Okay, and bottom.
and then
Okay.
middle of the glass.
Mid.
Touch
All
the
right.
table. And then just enjoy, man.
Oh,
What do
this
you
is
think?
nice.
It's good, huh?
This is really sweet. I like it.
Sweet, yeah, it's sweet for a high percentage. What, 8.8?
Oh yeah, it's good.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, man. What's up with the poetry? How'd you get into it? What are you doing with it now?
I'll get into it. So, right, well, I always tell people, you know, I always want to be a rapper, right?
Okay.
Always, like, you know, my favorite rapper growing up was Eminem. Just love his lyricism and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And you know, like, I was an angsty little kid in high school, and I was just like, you know, I just want to curse everybody out.
Right, right.
And I always wanted to write my own raps. I could write sick-ass bars,
Right.
in my own personal opinion. The problem was, could never spit on beat.
Okay.
And I would try out for talent shows, and I would go out and try and rap a cappella, which was embarrassing because like I would still stutter, and I'd try to get it memorized, but I was bad at memory.
Right.
So like I would like da 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 da. Hold up, and I'd like open up the Pringle paper, da 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 da, and then read off paper, and that would be my like short-lived rap career.
I see. I see.
So one day, sophomore year English honors class with a teacher named Mr. Slagle. You know, it was just one of those days where he didn't want to teach a class, so we just put up YouTube videos for the class to see.
Right.
You know those teachers.
Right.
And so
shout out to those teachers, man, making class fun.
Exactly.
That's what's up.
And falling asleep at the corner. So the YouTube videos he pulled up was HBO's Def Poetry Jam.
Oh, okay.
So like classic ones like Shion Van Cleef was on it, Bo Sia was on it, InQ was on it. Just a handful of like the OG spoken word poets of like the previous generation.
Right, right.
And at the time they had a very hip hop rapper's cadence.
Yeah.
And in my mind,
did Kanye perform on that? I'm not
Kanye
sure.
was on it.
That was when he did the
Kanye was on
All
it.
Falls Down, right?
All Falls Down.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's
Erykah
tight.
Badu, I believe, was on
I
it.
think I've seen this too. That's cool. So he just showed that in class.
He just showed it in class, and then I fell in love with it because I was like, yo, they sound like they rapping, but it's a cappella, which is perfect for me.
Right, right.
And then so ever since then, I just tried my hand at like writing spoken word and trying that out. And the first poem that I ever wrote was I don't believe in this poem anymore, but it was a poem that I wrote after a girl had friend zoned me. At a time when I believed in the friend zone, which is a social construct that that men have used to cover up their fragility, right, in their masculinity. So I don't believe in that poem anymore, right? It's not even a Google Doc. It was on a piece of paper I wrote.
But it was your first one.
Very first one.
Yeah, and you got to start somewhere, you know. So
yeah,
if you don't believe in it then, you know, at least you improved on it now,
exactly.
Right? Yeah, that's what's up. Cheers to that. All right, let's move on to the next one. This one's gonna be Mischief. Top, bottom, mid. You killed it, bro.
Bro,
good stuff.
Was I not supposed to?
No, dude. Feel free.
Am I doing it wrong?
I was guess, dude.
Man, I feel like I'm a little gluttonous right now. It's finishing it all.
It's all good. It's all good, dude. It fuels you're gonna perform later, dude. We gotta fuel that performance.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Apparently.
Yeah, this one's good. Can't go wrong with Mischief. Everybody pick Mischief. Everyone coming on the show, just get this. We'll have a flight of all of it. Let's good, huh? Yeah, you can down it right now if you want, bro.
No, I'm gonna
Yeah,
take
yeah,
a little
save
bit,
it, save it.
you know,
It's all good.
Give myself a little breather. I'm already
Yeah,
trying to feel a little bit. You know, I'm a bit of a lightweight. Didn't have my dinner yet.
Oh shoot,
Yeah.
yeah, you're good, you're good.
Yeah.
Hey, so you performed live, spoken word and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your scariest memory, you know, like something that shook you? Yeah.
So for context of that performance, I had performed for the first time a poem with a live pianist, as well as the music video of that poem playing in the background as I was trying to sync with it.
Right, right.
So there's like 3 mediums happening all together at once.
Right.
And that was all unrehearsed. Mind you, my performance was supposed to be around like a little bit past 8.
Right.
But I had, and soundcheck was supposed to be at 6. But I had poetry practice with my like adult competition team.
Right.
That was happening at 7. And with LA traffic, I couldn't make it to sound check.
Right,
so I was like telling my folks, yo, hold it down for me.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can like do your own thing. And when I make it, I just do the poem and hopefully it works out.
Yeah.
And then I was able to talk my coaches into letting me leave practice early so I could like drive over. And
Dang, so you pushed it over,
I was
huh?
pushing it. AJ Raphael was like telling my friends to hit me up ASAP. He was like, throughout the whole show that y'all saw, he was nervous as hell about me because he was thinking I wasn't gonna make it.
I didn't know that. Were you there on time for your performance?
I was there like, I think a good 15 minutes before I had to perform. The goal was I was gonna play the video through Bluetooth on my laptop so I'd be able to sync it.
Okay.
The problem was when it happened live,
Right.
there were too many heads between the Bluetooth earbuds and the computer, and it was cutting in and out. So I couldn't sync myself to the video.
Yeah.
But fortunately, the video was being reflected on the window right behind all y'all.
So you just spoke along to what you were watching?
Yeah, I saw like half the video on the window.
Dude, that's clutch.
And I was trying to sync my mouth to myself.
Yeah.
While trying to remember the words
Good
everything and like work it out emotionally with the performance.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff going on through
you
my
gotta
mind
make it
doing
work somehow, you know? You gotta, fake it till you make it kind of
Exactly.
thing, dude. So that's so clutch that it's there. Yeah, that's chill, dude. And I know your parents were there too, so they saw.
Oh yeah, they were
Was
there.
that your first time? Was that your first time performing in front of them?
That was second time. Second time they seen it. Yeah, I kind of dragged them to come out to this one.
How'd they like it?
They thought, they thought it was cool.
Yeah. Yo, if you ever come across Alex's parents or anything like out on the street, if you see him walking with his mom and dad, just let him know. Let him know to, pursue poetry.
That was a message. That was a message.
That was a message.
Asian parents, they're not cool with their kids, doing artistic stuff. So every time I have an opportunity, I'll be like, hey, look, I'm kind of good at this.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Cheers to that, man. We'll go on to the third beer. This is Palomino.
Okay, hold up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go, man. Awesome.
My mom always taught me not to waste my food and drink.
There it is. Yo, respect. Top, bottom, mid.
There we go.
All right.
Okay.
So this will lead us into our next question.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's nice and smooth. Easy drinking. That's a pale ale
I like
for
this.
you. Can't go wrong.
It's got a bit of wholesome flavor.
Wholesome. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, definitely wholesome. Yeah. Being Asian American.
Okay.
And trying to pursue a career in entertainment. You wanna go into that more? How many struggles or like what kind of struggles have you faced with that? Parental or like professional, anything like that?
There's a lot of elements to it. One being, I guess the most obvious is that just not too many role models that I have.
No one to look up to. Yeah, you're kind of paving your own path.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And in that path as well, people will still try to correct me and tell me which path to go.
Right.
Because it's so limited.
Right.
And because there's only a handful of people who do it.
Right.
They're like, you gotta do it this way that maybe Bo does it, or this way that G. Zawa does it as a spoken word poet.
Right.
And for me, I've had to pave my own way and find my own way, my own voice, my own story of how I want to do it. So that's artistically speaking.
Right.
Parental speaking, obviously as an entertainer, a lot of it is like gig by gig. It's not like I get like medical insurance off of like
it's not a
performing
stable,
at a college across the country.
Right.
It's all out of how many gigs I can get, or how many or how I can hustle with my brand and put this image out there and doing it for the art.
Right.
And so that part has been kind of hard, but throughout the recent success of my past year, and like dragging my parents out the show.
Yeah.
And having them see my audience, see my work, and having them start to believe in me and have faith, that's been a great motivator for me.
That's awesome, dude.
Like once
definitely. We can relate to that 100%.
I don't need much from my parents. I just need like a a thumbs up.
Yeah, or like
and I'm
a
good.
thank you,
Like,
you know, like good
whoa.
job.
Dude, you just give me a thumbs up.
I know, is that for me? Dude, I'll take
exactly,
it.
right?
Yeah, no. Filipino parents, we've talked about this, me and the other boys, like, you know, Filipino parents are very like result oriented or like results based, you know, like they'll be iffy, they'll be like, you know, hesitant on like supporting, you know, or like, you know, being supportive as a parent, but you know, if they see progress, if they see like results, if they see like, you know, that audience in front of you, or if they see those like 50 views on YouTube, you know, they'll think, you know, that's cool, that's a good job, you know, good for you, man. Like, yeah, and they'll just like, you know, that's when you get it. But you know, as long as you know, keep pushing for it, you know, even if there aren't those like people to like follow or whatever, you know, you're doing your own thing, creating your own wave and stuff, right?
Exactly.
So that's dope, man. I respect that. You want to go on to this next one?
Oh yeah,
This one's gonna be.
for sure. I'm gonna do this.
Oh yeah. Are you gonna kill this one too, or?
Oh, give me a breather.
Oh Jesus Christ! There it is. Jesus Christ! All right, so this last one, we're just gonna top, bottom, mid, and then we'll go into it.
Okay. All right.
There you go, man. So this is mead, bro. This is honey.
Okay.
This is fermented honey. So like, yeah, Honest Abe cider, it's pretty cool because like, I learned from these guys. Real quick note: to brew ciders or meads, you need a special license. It's not like a brewer's license. So this is like a whole different field. It's crazy. It's like a wine making license, you know?
Nice.
Yeah. What are you doing aside from poetry? I know, not to say that, you know, you can't have a career professionally in poetry as a like 21-year-old or whatever, but you know, do you have like a side hustle? Do you have anything you're doing?
Yeah.
able
So,
to do poetry?
I do a handful of stuff to make money, man. I'll tell you my more like minute jobs before I get into my 9 to 5. I do Uber Eats occasionally.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How is it?
You know,
Cause I got a car. I'm like, I want to quit my job, bro. I'm down to do Uber.
Hey
Eats.
man, hey, you can choose your hours and stuff like that. You know, I say you make more money doing Uber, but I got a 2-door, so like Uber doesn't like allow like 2-door cars to drive
I didn't know
regular
that.
Uber.
I didn't know that.
But Uber Eats I do occasionally,
you
and
don't
you
need
know,
4
you
doors
gotta hit
for
them for like the surge
McDonald's.
pricing for like meals, like typical lunch, dinner hours.
Right.
This transitions to my next job. In the fall, in like a month or two, I'm gonna move into a frat house as a resident manager slash housing manager of the place.
Tight, bro.
I get to stay in my own single at this frat house. I do get my housing free.
Right. Oh
and
yeah. that
I
saves
get
a lot.
meals included.
Uh-huh.
So I'm, you know, living pretty good for this next year.
That's freaking clean, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, cheers again, bro. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you,
your
man.
Performance,
I can't believe
was,
that happened.
That was freaking tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, anything you want to plug to the homies, to the guests?
Yes.
To the people watching.
So, gotta get that down. Yeah. So y'all can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter
Right here.
at Alex Liu Poetry. So that's Alex Liu, L-U-U, Poetry. If you want to book me or see just my bio and other that stuff, you can find me on alexliupoetry.com. I'll actually add in my book, so I actually have
You wrote a book?
I have a little bit of a book. It's a little book called Yellow Boy, and you can find that on.
Respect.
You can also find that on my website, or if you can just like search up Alex Liu Poetry on Google. That's one of the first search results to come out. So like
That's nuts, bro. A book, a whole freaking.
yeah, it's just $10.
Yellow-
$10.
There it is. That's what
Yeah.
I changed for his website.
Exactly. You can find it on what is it, Bandcamp? Bandcamp is where I sell
see.
my stuff on. So
Is
you
it
can-
a physical copy or
It's
is
a
it
physical
an
copy.
ebook?
It's a
Okay,
physical copy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Dude, respect. That's
Thank
awesome.
you, man.
Hey, without further ado, guys, please welcome Alex Liu and his performance of
Chinese 101. When speaking Chinese, a word can mean different things based on how you announce it. Ma, horse. Ma, to scold. 我骂我妈妈的妈. I scolded my mother's horse. A lesson to speak with conviction or else not speak at all. This language as much a dance of the tongue as it is a painting on page. Sentence structure goes as follows. The subject, then the setting, followed by the verb and object. 我今天从战争开始找家园. I, today from war, start to find home. There's an emphasis for the speaker to know when and where they are before they announce where they are going. A lesson on being grounded, on knowing your roots, on forgiving your history to allow space for the future. In an effort to teach me her past, my mother would not let me eat until I could ask for dinner in her native tongue. Even when I said, "But Mom, I'm so hungry," she replied, "Eh? 我 我不懂，你应该学中文。Huh? I can't understand. Maybe you should learn Chinese. Her way of saying, see, child born of our sacrifices. This is how it feels to be us. To pack a lineage in 2 suitcases and gamble our last names with the ocean, only to starve at the shoreline. Getting by what she's got is all she's ever known, which is why I was the only English tutor my mother could afford. Since the age I could speak, I would finish my homework early so I could teach her what I just learned in class, and truth be told, I was not the best teacher. But neither does a colonizer's language make the most sense. English is composed of 26 letters, a crappy grammar system, and Americans who still have trouble with there, and there. Example, there are many times when they're taking what isn't theirs, like my mother's voice, like my heritage, like our cultures forged into tattoos. In English, a word means different things based on context. The word immigrant from Europe means citizen, from anywhere else means illegal or return address. See, it's not that English is so difficult to understand, it's that my mother refuses to be a victim. Fact, Chinese is considered the hardest living language to learn. So when my mother is speaking English, she is downgrading a dynasty into a coffee shop for your convenience. She tastes colonialism and starts to stutter a syllabus for survival. Her tongue breaking itself to impersonate America. When you hear her accent, you better thank her for trying. And just yesterday, my mother and I were watching a Chinese film with no subtitles. I didn't need to fully understand the dialogue to know that my mother was happy. That to her, Jackie Chan was a heartthrob that sounded like home and looked like a snack. Like a home-cooked meal she didn't have to make. Like Big Brother made it in America too, Mommy, and so can we. To anyone who's ever told my mother to learn English, check the statistics. Chinese is the most spoken language in the world. Maybe you should 学中文